All right. For our final question, well, not final question, but for our next question, Agent's gonna take this one because he has to 23 skidoo.
Yeah, I'm also doing the late night cosplay chat, so can you tell I'm an anime fan? Oh, wait, so the next one, I'd say a big one is, have we reached our peak? And personally, I would say no, because it doesn't matter what you go into. Was it Shakespeare, anime, any other medium, movies, books, anything, you will find that there are themes that repeat themselves, because each generation we fall under the mistaken assumption that we know better, end up making the same mistakes in different ways, and then trying to warn the next one. And so that's why you'll see the gunslingers, the outlaws, the really cool martial arts, which result in people exploding from touches, Fist of the North Star, live on and on. No, yes. See, have we reached our peak? No. We'll see recurrences, but we're not done yet. Not even close.
All right. Hold on. Take care of yourself, Agent.
Nope, this is not the departure.
Oh, it's not your departure?
No, I still need to suit up.
At first when you said Shakespeare, I'm just like, no, he's not writing anymore, right?
No, but in terms of themes repeating themselves,
yes.
the star-crossed lovers.
Like, I know somewhere. Okay.
Okay, David, if you could take the camera.
Shakespeare's been...
Have we reached our peak yet? In my own personal opinion, far from it. In my own personal opinion, anime is just really catching on in this country, and I'm of the very strong opinion that it's only a matter of time before Japanese animation combined with American storytelling takes its rightful place in American prime time. Now I know it's kind of hard, but trust me, the old ways of thinking die off, and like I said, I think it's only a matter of time before Japanese animation gets into American prime time. It's going to happen, and anime is just going to grow from there. We have not yet begun to rock. All right.
Okay, so have we reached our peak? I think there's really two subcomponents to that question. There's the question of anime fandom in the U.S., what's been brought here, and there's also the question of what's going on in Japan, like the people producing the anime. So I'll address the first question first. In terms of fandom in the U.S., I feel like things are better than they've ever been. But they're continuing to get better. It hasn't peaked yet. But it's just easier than ever to legally get anime, as quickly as it's produced in Japan. So there's simulcasts that are at the exact same time as in Japan. We get it here, which is amazing. I mean, I'm sure, since this is a panel of older people, I'm sure we all remember the fan sub days and what it used to be like, or the tape sub days before we had digital fan subbings, where you had to send in an envelope with your blank tape on it with a paid return envelope so they could send it back. But in terms of what's being produced in Japan, I know there are people who are of the opinion that the old days were better. There will always be people who say things like that. It's hard for me to really say. There's always ups and downs, but I know I have no trouble finding modern shows that I really enjoy. They're not always the most popular shows. Like this last season, one of my favorite shows was Blast of Tempest, and I don't know anyone who even likes that show besides me. But it's always easy to find. I think easy to find interesting and creative shows out there. So I don't feel like that's peaked yet either.
Okay, David, you'll have to be my eyes.
Okay.
Let's pick a couple more people from the audience. Whoever David just picked out, come on up.
Interesting. This actually came up at the voice actor panel. Well, a variation of it, came up with a voice actor panel. I don't like the term peak. Peak means there's going to be a crash. That terrifies me.
We need an anime bill.
I'm on the young end of the spectrum, so I've seen things get easier, and heck, in 2006 it was really easy. Living up in Canada, YTV had everything. I mean, you could turn on the TV, it would be Gundam Wing, Inuyasha.
Yeah.
Heck, everything was on YTV at the time. And then it petered off and kind of started dying. And now Bandai's gone down the drain, and Genion's gone down the drain, and everything's going down the drain. Thank you, pirating on the internet. And that's what Stephanie Shea was actually talking about, is people pirating on the internet and killing off the industry. And, you know, she talks about people, heck, she's a voice actress, this is how she makes her money, and she talks about wanting people to pay for their Japanese animation. She also said that a lot of Japanese animation in Japan relies on the fact that companies over there make anime based on toys they can sell. I'd have to do more research, I don't know. Her words, not mine. But if that's true, well then, who knows? But I think it's going to stay steady, because heck, as long as Japan exists, that's their style of cartooning. And whether or not it's going to stay super duper popular here, it's going to remain their style of cartooning there. As long as there are fans here, it's going to come here. Whether or not we go back to the dark ages of fan subbing and fan dubbing or whatever, it's going to come back here somehow, as long as fans exist. I don't like terms like peak, because it means eventually it's going to fizzle out and die. I really don't see that happening.
Okay, we've got time for one more comment, and then we'll start with final thoughts. Come on up.
Thank you. I don't think it's peaked at all, because you look at cartoons and movies today, and it's all inspired by Japan. I mean, you always see Japanese names doing the animation, or there's always Japanese references to anime, or some kind of Japanese influence in it. So I think it's honestly, like I said, just beginning, and it's only a matter of time before it's the Japanese animation with, again, the American storytelling, because I mean, the Japanese, they know how to tell a story, but Americans know how to tell a story too. So I think it's far from reaching its peak, and I don't think it ever will reach its peak. It's going to keep on growing and keep on going.
Wonderful, wonderful.